In the last video, I talked about tool requirements. In this video, I'd like to spend a little time and talk about the tools that we have evaluated to this point, that we have gone out and searched for and identified and worked with based upon trying to do virtual systemic inquiry for the past several years. So that you know the whole focus of this is to enable a set of collaborators to do an investigation of something in a systemic manner, knowing full well that the collaborators are uh, distributed geographically around the world, can't meet in a typical fashion. So we have been using debate graph and Kumu as not so much, as I said before, mind mapping is sort of an understatement for what's appropriate. We need a way to develop to develop a pictorial representation of relationships and understand those relationships. Kumu and debate graph are both very much up to the task, and we have used both of them with very good results. In terms of a presentation facility, we've used Prezi a number of times. Prezi provides a real innovative presentation mode that's not really difficult to develop. It's easy enough to get familiar with, and it's rather captivating when one watches the Prezi presentation unfold. For rich pictures, we've been using Insight Maker. Simply, I mean, there's no tool better for doing rich pictures than a pencil and piece of paper. It's just a little difficult to share those in a distributed fashion and update them on an ongoing basis as your understanding evolves. Though we've been quite happy with Insight Maker because of its ability to embed images from anywhere on the web. It's so that creating a rich picture, there's one doesn't have to worry about drawing all the little pictures. If you can find a picture someplace on the web, you can embed it in the rich picture that you're developing with Insight Maker in very short order. Now, I talked before about discussion groups being not up to the task at hand for doing this collaborative development. To date, we haven't found a real good alternative to this, and we have used LinkedIn in a limited capacity until we really find a good alternative. I'm actually looking forward to trying to use Kumu to do a networked discussion where the individuals actually add nodes to a network, and the nodes that they add are comments onto other people's comments, so that the whole relational network of comments gets built at the time that the discussion is done, and hopefully we'll do that within the next couple of months. Though LinkedIn has proven to be very convenient because of the number of people that are already familiar with the environment. You don't have to acquaint them with some new environment, and as a linear posting sequence is real good for keeping a historical record of things that have evolved in multiple places, so that we may construct elements as part of this investigation in a number of different environments, but we hook them all into a discussion in a serial fashion, so we've got a historical record of what things happened where, and to some extent we have evolved concepts amongst a small group of people over a short period of time. We try not to let a discussion associated with an investigation go on for too long, because it gets out of hand. We've used a wiki as to create a focus as a place to integrate all of the different pieces together, so that if you got a particular undertaking, you have a focus page for that undertaking, and all of the other components are linked into that focus page, so everyone knows that if they're looking for something, the connections are on the wiki page. We think that in short order we're going to evolve to using Kumu to replace the wiki for that loose integration that we do between all of the components. Skype and Gmail have been serving well for short connections to do instant messaging or to share your screen between a couple of people. If you end up in a situation where you need to do a sharing between more than just a small number of people, those facilities or the tools that we have identified to this point are still WebEx and GoToMeeting, though those are come with a substantial cost. We use Insight Maker for doing causal loop diagrams. If the causal loop diagrams are small, if the network of interactions is extensive, we'll be migrating to using Kumu to fill that role. Google Docs for producing finished work products of a drawing or a spreadsheet or a text document, which are easy to put together and share. If it needs to be in a finer format than what we can actually do it directly in the wiki itself. Insight Maker for doing continuous and agent-based simulations seems to be quite capable. We haven't run into a situation where we've needed to do any discrete simulations yet. At such time as we do, we're going to have to find a package that will support doing that, because Insight Maker does not do discrete simulations. And Lucidchart and Cuckoo are very capable web-based charting packages. If you run into a situation as part of this undertaking where you need to develop a chart, Lucidchart and Cuckoo seem to be both very capable. They have a very limited free capability, and then you have to pay for an account. But all of the things that we have talked about here are multi-user tools, all web-based, and most of them are essentially free. So hope this is, and when we run into a situation where we need to do something that we can't get done with this tool set, then we'll go ahead and figure out what we need to extend the tool set. The intent is not to be limited by the tools, but not to use any more tools than you actually need to support the development of the understanding that you're striving for. So, hope this has been informative, and I'll see you in the next video.